Trump administration has ordered its embassy in New Zealand to collect data on any crimes and human rights abuses committed by migrants here. It's part of the US government's global drive to combat mass migration, which it calls an existential threat to Western civilization. US correspondent Logan Church asked why we're such a concern given our isolation and strict controls.
And the thread from the State Department that I will put up as well. And of course, why would New Zealand be such a concern still, perhaps, that we have strict controls? I mean, do we really have strict controls? That ought to be the question.
Yeah, well, what I want to say about this State Department thread is just how big of a deal this is. For decades, the official US government foreign policy has been to embrace immigration domestically and promote it around the world as a means of furthering a liberal democracy. And with this announcement, they are reversing that decades-long policy. And they are saying that now mass migration is associated with rising migrant crime in many countries and also human rights abuses.
And they've specifically called out examples as well. I mean, the text would have been too small for people to read, but they specifically referenced Rotherham, specifically referenced rapes in Sweden and in Germany as well. And so just those three examples, they saw as key to this being an existential crisis. And I think in the future, I mean, we will look back on this time. Even we saw Elon Musk recently calling for the death penalty for some of these murders on public transport in the US. I mean, we will look back on this time when both the death penalty was abolished basically everywhere, and just like criminals were imported into our countries and allowed to run wild and murder and rape with impunity, basically, as a time of insanity, a time of sort of like self-inflicted war crimes by the leaders of our countries. I mean, that's the only way that I think people are going to look back at this time in history.
I agree with you. I think it's kind of insane what we've done. But what Marco Rubio and President Trump and the administration are doing here is a fundamental shift in US foreign policy. And this is a sort of an epoch-defining shift, I think, if they're consistent with it and follow through on what it means. Now they're saying previously immigration was a tool of foreign policy to encourage liberal democracy, and it flowed out of the equality and individualism doctrine. Now they're saying that immigration violates people's human rights. It's a threat to sovereignty. In order to protect Western civilization, we need to put the kibosh on mass migration, put a stop to it. And so it's really fundamental, I think.